There it is, done and delivered. Whew. We made it. We made it to Indiana, maiden voyage. Bro, that's what I look like, bro. That's legitimately what other people see when they see my truck. Like, geez, it's just a freaking tank just riding behind you. But we made it to Indiana, maiden voyage. We're out 18, no, it was a total of 17 hours, 1,100 miles or so. And the truck is done good now. Right now, what I've been learning is that if you have the engine brake on auto, I mean, if you already know this, it's whatever, but as you're going downhill, it'll engage. So that way, if you have it on cruise control at 70 and you're going downhill and you're increasing, engine brake will kick in. And we've gotten, right now, an average of 17.3, almost 17 and a half. One of the guys I know, he has a limited 3,500 dually. He has a 9,000 pound trailer on a fifth wheel, and he says he gets 9.8 or 11.2, one of those. But I'll know for sure once I get mine and once I actually start putting it to work. But everything's been fine. It's a new truck. You're not going to have any issues. But as far as driving it and seeing how it is for myself, it's actually pretty easy to drive. The rain is some new headlights. That's what I need to get this thing going. But, oh, another Ram. That's what I'm talking about. Now that I'm getting closer to Indiana, there's a lot more other Rams I'm seeing that are actually being put out here to work. So when I get over there, you'll see a video of all these freaking RVs or campers or whatever that I'm gonna start to get moved. I get a video of me hooking up and not hooking up. I mean, unless you want to subscribe to my OnlyFans, you know. But we'll get that going, and then I'll relay that to you guys. The truck, Ralph is taking it like a champ. It's just a little bit of a complicated process for me to do right now, but I'm not gonna sit here and bitch at you guys about that. You know, to get everything set up. But 17-hour drive. Coming back from Indiana, we got a 33-foot trailer, weighs about 9,800. Go out and I'll show y'all. There it is. Bugs everywhere. I just made it into Texas, and I'm about 3 hours away from my destination, getting ready to drop it off. And you can tell she got a lot of ass on her because the rear axle, you know, the ass end hangs out the rear axle a little bit. But everything's straight. The truck is handling everything really well. The truck feels like way more attached to the road, obviously, because you're putting all that damn pressure on the tires. But this is my distribution hitch. It's an equalizer. It's a little involved to set it up. I honestly prefer the blue ox a little better, because you can see you have to bolt this together. But you can see it's pretty sturdy. It's not going to go nowhere. And yeah, everything's straightforward. We got, you know, the bumper car to do it. That's what the company wants. But it is freaking awesome. I can show you. I don't pay attention to my mess. We have, at first I was getting 12, now I'm at 9.7, you know, coming through some hills and some cities and stuff like that. Can't forget. I gotta put it in, boom, tow mode. Put it in tow mode a little bit. And we are surprisingly towing. Trans does not go above 170. Engine temp stayed at 190 something. I just got out. You know, I came back in the car, but nothing has moved. The truck is barely working. No over temp. No dragging his feet anywhere. I mean, nothing new with, if you have a trailer this size, just know where you're at and where you're going. But it's actually it's doing it really well. It kind of puts into perspective like how beefy the dually setups are. But for the most part, it's butter. Straightforward. Like, you do feel it a little bit once you're on it and once you go. Another thing that I want to note is that the engine brake on this works very well. Going downhill, and the thing that about the engine brake working that benefits me a lot right now is because the trailer brakes on this thing sucks. Not on the truck, on the trailer, on the camper that I'm towing, but the engine brake is making up so much of that I'm still barely even using my brakes. You can see on the gauge, and we go back to the trailer brake. Oh yeah, my tires are fine too. I think I saw a max of maybe 150 or 160 or so on the exhaust brake when we were on decel. And don't mind the blanket back there because I did catch a few hours of sleep before I'm going and take it over to where it needs to go right now. But it's fine. Like, there's not even that much sway at all, and that's more so a contribution of the hitch. But night and day between how this tows and how like a regular half-ton truck will tow something. And this is my first time in the diesel world with a heavy-duty diesel like this, moving stuff like this on the regular. I do know a little bit of experience on the semi stuff, not personally, but you know, just because I've worked on them. But the truck takes them like a champ. My girl named it Ralph, so I guess that's the truck's name. The truck's name is Ralph. And yeah, I'll do other videos on how I got everything set up to actually do this, because I am a contractor for Horizon doing this little gig right here, and everything's straight. It takes a little bit to get set up. There's certain things that you need, but if you get a truck, you're halfway there. No, you're probably 80% there, and that's it. And sleeping in the back seat, it's pretty comfortable. It's pretty comfortable. It's not, this ain't a mega cab or nothing like that. I got the base of seats, but it's not that bad. It's actually not that bad. And I just left my truck running and had a little bit of AC on, and everything was fine. The one thing, the two things that I'll probably say about it is about this moving this truck with as much load and driving as much as I did. I said before, the headlights suck. These are halogen headlights. I need to get the Morimoto ones. And then for me, this back seat is not comfortable at all for that amount of time. So I got like a little lumbar kind of thing, whatever, to help me out. It helps a little bit, but for me, it's not. Now the Mustang seat that I had, Atlanta to Corpus Christi, no issues. That was in my S550 with the leather seats. No issues at all. Never tweaked, never tugged. It was dead nuts perfect. That is probably the one thing that I'm most sad about letting that car go, which is that seat was so tuned perfectly for my body. And I got a tan because I'm just out there in the sun just doing everything. But I might get out of here. I gotta go. I'll do another probably video roundup of everything else, but I'll see you guys later. So if you got 3500 dually, and if you're towing about 9,000 plus, you're probably looking anywhere gonna get between 9 to 10 to the gallon, but it's going along pretty good right now. And I mean, look at my hand, it's pretty level. I mean, the road gets bouncy at times, but that's about it. And then even here, I got the exhaust brake on full, the trailer brakes suck, and then it's, there we go. It's actually, it helps a lot. The drive is pretty smooth. I mean, and with the weight distribution bar that I got on it, my headlights aren't pointing to the ceiling like how I see some other cars do it. And overall, it's good. That extended mirror actually works pretty well. That one, it's okay. I don't really have that much view as I do on this side, but they're okay. But yeah, the seat and the headlights are probably the only thing that I would want to change on this truck right now. And then later on, I can add a fifth wheel or gooseneck onto this thing, and then see how it is towing something like that. I think that would be pretty dope. But yeah, like I said, I need to get to where I'm going. That's a little insight on me, my first time doing this. I mean, and this is kind of like, I mean, I wouldn't say like a better review, but I mean, this is like a legit newbie review. I've moved moving trailers before. I had an 18-foot moving piece of shit trailer from Budget with the car trailer attached to it, and I took that from freaking, you know, Georgia to Texas, all kinds of other stuff. But this is 9,000 pounds that's being towed with an 8,000-pound truck. It's a 8,000 plus pound truck, so it's a lot of weight to be moving around. But honestly, it's pretty straightforward. I mean, if you're nervous, like there was another guy that was nervous, take your time. It took me about 5 miles to get used to this, and then we're straight. I was going around roundabouts and doing everything. But truck's taking like a champ. Fifth wheel gooseneck to come. More stuff to come on the truck, but I'm gonna get home. I'm gonna give me some sleep because I'm motherfucking tired. Later. There it is. Done and delivered. No issues. No nothing. No embarrassment. No one steal my DOT number. Fuck out of here. I'm done. Finally. So Ralph took it like a freaking champ. We're done. Done. That thing is actually pretty nice though. We're gonna get out of here. I'm going home.